First things first, let's talk about selecting the perfect backdrop. Our lady is turned to the side, so we need to be mindful of the angle. Avoid backdrops with forward-facing or half-side angles. Instead, look for options that match her side profile. For this tutorial, we'll be using a backdrop from the beige dress series. All of these will work perfectly with our image's aesthetics and angle. We'll start by expanding our image. This gives us plenty of room to work with when fitting the backdrop. It's always better to have too much space than too little. We will crop it later. You can use the Generative Expand, Content-Aware Fill, or just usual background option. In this case, it doesn't really matter. Drag image out, place it where you want, and rotate it if needed. Go to your selected backdrop and drag it into your image. This one needs to be flipped horizontally first to fit our image. Lower the backdrop's opacity so you can see both layers clearly. I usually like to align the backdrop's tummy area with subjects. This works great even for non-pregnant bellies. Adjust the position so it fits perfectly. Once you're happy with the placement, it's time for masking. Create a layer mask on your backdrop layer, then hop over to your photo layer and go up to Select and then choose Subject. The AI will select your subject, and it usually does it perfectly. Go back to the backdrop's layer mask, grab a black brush and start revealing your image. Use low opacity brush and switch between black and white to blend in those two layers together. Pay attention to small details. Pay extra attention to those tricky areas like hair. A low opacity brush is your best friend here for preserving details. I usually just dot it around the head area to make sure that none of the small details are left out. Now it's time for the color adjustments. This is practically the most crucial step for the perfect blend-in and most realistic photos. I like to go to levels and make necessary adjustments there. In this case, I will lighten up my model a little and make sure that the shadows are the same intensity as the shadows of the backdrop. After that, go to the Color Balance tool. Use Color Balance to fine-tune the color harmony between your subject and background. Don't forget to adjust both your subject and the backdrop for the most natural look. Now I merge the two layers together and it's time to blend them perfectly. Grab the lasso tool and select the area you're not happy with, and let the generative fill work its magic. Don't be afraid to keep pressing that generative fill button until you're absolutely thrilled with the result. Sometimes perfection takes a few tries. Repeat this everywhere where needed. I'm pretty happy with how this turns out, but I think I want to make the skirt a little bit longer. Now let's crop it to the right size and clean the background a bit. There you go, the image is done, and I really like how it turned out. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thank you for watching.